Hi, good day to you. Welcome you to Examlex. I'm Haitong. What I'm going to share to you today is a very important factor that you have been asking yourself many a times if you are a 4D enthusiast. Is how, why do many people win more than you? And why have you not been winning? I can only sum up to 3 points. Alright? First, we'll talk about luck. Luck is a factor, it's also one of the important factors. Second is the data. Alright? The information that you have. Last but not least is action. Now between these three, I would say that all are equal importance. But before the luck factor comes in, you definitely need the information. Just imagine you have the luck and you don't have the information. It just don't work. Alright? Now of course, with that, you have to go into actions to go and buy. So what I'm going to share today is the second part of it, which we call the informations that you definitely need and you really must have it. Alright. Now what you're looking at right now is a Win4D statistical software. This software will reveal to you or unveil to you all the winning numbers that you can find in this data here. And I would say that everything's are all here. To sum up, this is a place for you to look for your numbers. Alright. Now, before we begin, what you can see right now is called the Win4D Advanced Statistical Software. Alright, this software consists of Singapore data, we got Malaysian Magnum, we got Sports Total, and also the Malaysia 1 plus 3D. In other words, when you have this software, you are already having all these 4 data in the software. Alright, let me close this. Now, before we begin, we normally will check on the help, and then of course, these are all the important things that you may have to look into to see whether are you having the current version. Alright, and as you can see over here, this is the contact number to reach us. Now today I'm going to review to you something that most people, I would say is that most of the time people may not want to review to you, but for Examlex, nothing is secret. And now we are going to share with you the secrets. Are you ready? Do have with you a piece of paper and a pen, and always bear in mind, pause as and when you need it to. Now let me explain to you why there are so many things that to look out for and why they are so useful. Why Win4D Advanced? Now let's click on the funnel. As you wander around, there are altogether 4 types of pattern here. We have got the ABCD, we got the AABC, we got AABB, triple A, B, and a double A. Alright, this in total will add up together will give you a total of 10,000 numbers, and that's why in Chinese they call 1 字票. That means a million numbers. Right. Now what I could say is these are all the important factors you need to know, because if you are a 4D enthusiast, definitely these are important things that you must know and you have to know. Alright, now let me click on this on the maximum. As you can see here, why it says Win4D statistical software are important, because you have to ask yourself, if you are looking for the most frequent numbers, alright, since 1986 to now, as you can see over here for Singapore data, alright, let me repeat again, it's for Singapore data. For the ABCD, which is known as the 24 permutation number, we have got 1467 ranked the number 1. Do you think that information is important? Of course it's important, because without that, how are you going to know which are the most frequent numbers? And don't you think that's important? As you can see over here under the 24 permutation number, what is the one that very long time that now appear? Alright, currently is 0167. Now why do we know? Why you know? Why you must know? Because you want to know what are the numbers that you are buying. Whether are you buying the most frequent, alright, as you can see over here, or are you buying the most overdue, or are you buying the most top price? Which number have the most top price? Currently, there's only 2 sets, 0258 and 3789, and this is again for Singapore data. Alright. Now, as you can see over here, why we keep stressing? Because you got to understand that if you do not have the information, you may be buying something like, for example, right? If you are looking for a better investment, definitely numbers that are very cold may not be in a list. Alright, I wouldn't say that they won't come, but then the chance of them appearing as compared to the frequent, of course the frequent is a better choice, definitely. Then again, then you may wonder, is it true that numbers that appear, do they appear every now and then? Of course, we have got 0269 that appears since August 2012. Again, I'm referring to system Alright, iBet or system bet, I'm not talking about direct, huh? You can see that months after months without fail. So in other words, if you were to buy an iBet on 0269, alright, as you can see that from August till March, you have been winning on this number. And in fact, they are all together 1, 2, 3, 4 top prices. So the question is, why do people win more often than you? One, of course, like I mentioned, luck factor. Two is the information that you do not have. They have. So right now, what you're doing, what you're going to help yourself right now is you are helping yourself with the second factor, which is you have the information. And you must have the information. Without information, how are you going to lead? Just imagine today, you want to hit on target. Alright? But you are blindfolded. How are you going to hit on target? So, Win 4D Advance is the map that lead you to your winning, because it gives you all the informations and all the data that you require, alright, to actually enable you to be at advantage over others. Always remember, it is still one of the factors. Again, the last but not least, you have action in that. Of course, you have to go and buy. Right? So, before you buy your 4D numbers, get hold of Win 4D Advance, because this isn't this important to you? Now let's go into another factor which you may find it very interesting, that every draw, alright, you could see that in the top price, alright, we can actually use Win 4D Advance to have a very good understanding to know which are those numbers that did not appear the last draw. As you can see here, currently we got digit 5, digit 1 and digit 8, meaning to say last draw, these are the 3 digits that did not appear. Pretty good chance, I would say. I wouldn't say 100%. Pretty good chance that you'll repeat, and I think anything to do with digit 5 is pretty strong. As you can see, it keep coming draw after draw. At least you know that whatever numbers that you pick, so long you have got a digit 5 in your combination, is definitely very important. Don't you think so? Now again, if you want to say, I want to pick the most frequent digit, certainly digit 5. Alright, we got another one, digit 6. So if you have got a digit 6 in your 4D combinations, it definitely gives you the winning edge. Now, next thing that you may be very interested to know, alright, in a day mode or even in the months mode, alright, as you can see over here, you can always change this to the month mode if you want to. Alright, this is the day mode. You can actually see this in system 4D, direct 4D, alright, in this particular day. Let's say, for example, on the day of the draw, you can see that which are those direct numbers keep appearing in a particular draw, and many a times it do appear. Surprisingly, it do appear. Now, there are many things that you can use, right? For example, for simple use, right, you can even look out for things like, for example, which are those 4D numbers that appear in that particular month. For example, in the month of April, alright, we call the season numbers. We got 25790479, we got 0257. All these numbers, as you can see here, they are frequent in the month of April, and now there are already 2 sets already appear. So all I want to say is that these informations are important for you, because it actually helps you to narrow down, alright, narrow down your scope. So make your job easier and make Win 4D fun to play. Alright, you can even see for yourself that you can even use something that what most people have been doing in the market. Alright, a lot of aunties and uncles have been doing that. Every time when they see a number appear, then they will visualize what are the likely number to appear the following draw. For example, after 7993 appear, what's the next likely number? They'll think you're likely to be a minus, so you will think about 38990379. You see so many sets here. I can only tell you something. If you've been monitoring just only the top 3 price, you'll be very surprised to see that there are truly numbers that keep appearing from here. That's interesting, don't you think so? Now, with all this in hand, it definitely gives you that winning edge. Of course, there are more information than just that to share with you. And again, you take a look at the data information, for example, the result that just appeared in a newspaper format. Alright, as you can see over here. Alright, you could see for yourself that 0, that means 1 in the second position did not appear right on the third, following by 4. And what happened? The following draws, 2 draws later, it comes. So all I want to say is that you can actually take advantage of all this particular information that you have to arrange the way you want to buy your 4D. But you definitely need all this information. If not, then how are you going to start to win? You can never win without information, just like stock market. You need a very detailed information to actually enable you to make a very, very good decision. Without all this information, where are you going to start? Alright? I'm unable to show you everything in one video itself, but I'm going to tell you is that definitely Win4D advanced software is a must. Alright? If you really have in mind to have fun and to win in your 4D play. Alright? And so much so for all the time that you spend on watching this video, and I certainly want to share with you something very interesting which most people wanted to know, is why a particular number is so hot in that particular month. I believe that you know about system 1237. Alright? Now as you can see over here, I'll explain to you this, and I hope that from here you can get the mystery solved. Why people in the month of January keep focusing on buying one particular number, 1237 system? Because since the year 2000, he has never failed to appear. All this color in orange highlighted one is all these are all top prices. It's been appearing, but the trend has stopped since 2011. All right, and 2012 it did not come, and 2013 it did not come. So the trend has stopped, and I would say is that there are other numbers which are picking up, and which you can actually find using Win4D Advanced. If not, how are you going to track? So all these years, I would say that most of my Win4D Advanced users, they have already won all the top prizes, and they have already won. I repeat, they have already won before you got it. Why? Because they already have the Win4D Advanced that you do not have. If you think you are really very serious and really want to enjoy the 4D game and want to have a winning edge over others, all I want to share with you, the secret is in Win4D Advanced. Get it now. Alright? Give me a tinkle at 9230-0837. Alternatively, go into win4d.com. I'm very sure that you can always locate us from there, because our contact number and our email is all there for you. And once again, may I take this opportunity to wish you and to thank you for the time watching this video. I'm certainly very grateful for the time you have spent watching this video, and I would like to share with you is that winning 4D is possible only with Win4D Advanced. Thank you, have a nice day, and goodbye everyone. Goodbye.